Hello. Have you ever needed a better way to track your customer ordering patterns? Especially with your wholesale customers, it can be hard to keep track of them. And sometimes you don't know who's about to place another big order or who's late and maybe who's dropped off completely. What I want to do is show you a Tableau dashboard that's going to summarize all of your wholesale customer information and highlight some specific customers that you should follow up with. So let's get into Tableau and take a look at that. Okay, cool. Here's our dashboard. If you watch some of my other videos, you are familiar that we're currently in the Tableau Cloud site. And in order for data to show up here, what we've basically done is we've extracted it out of your source system, we've enhanced it, and then we've loaded it into this dashboard. But you can watch some other videos that get into that some more. So let me walk you through what we're looking at here. So really this list on the left is going to show each of your different customers. And what really drives this analysis is we're looking at the last time they ordered something. And then we're just counting the number of days since that last order. And then next up, we're looking at what's the average number of days between orders for this customer. So not all of our customers order in the same schedule, right? Maybe some order weekly, some are biweekly, some are monthly, some are even further out than that. So you don't necessarily want to worry about a customer who normally orders monthly if it's only been 2 weeks since their last order. You probably have a few more weeks before they're going to place it, and that's great. So really where the power of this comes in is when we start to highlight a specific customer on this list. Let me explain one thing first. So we have each customer grouped into different categories. So one of them is the customer is probably another week until ordering. So we probably don't need to worry about them yet. And this was a good example of that. Normally this customer is about every 2.5 weeks when they order, and it's been about a week since they recently placed their order. So they're probably a week out. Okay, now we have some other ones that really should place their order any day now. So their days since their last order is pretty equivalent to the average number of days from their last order. So any day we'll probably expect to get an order from those guys. Next up, we're looking at customers that are a little bit late. So this is their 1 or 2 weeks past their normal ordering pattern. And then we have very late. So let's, as I show some more of the capabilities of this dashboard, let's dive into a very late customer here. I'm going to pick Hotel C in this case. So I'm just going to click on them and you'll see some other information on the dashboard just rendered. And that's really where these other sections start to become more powerful because now we're looking at a specific customer. So first of all, in this upper right, we're just getting some of the basic statistics and information on this customer. So Hotel C is a top 20 customer for us. We can see what their sales have been, what their normal margin is. We again see what their last order date was, how many days ago, and then these guys fall in that very late category. Next up, we're just again highlighting the number of days between their orders. So normally these guys order about every 3 weeks, and they've placed 38 orders in total with us. And then finally, we're just going to show when did they become one of our customers. In this case, they've been a customer with us for a long time. Okay, so with that information, next up, we're going to look at their weekly trending over the last couple years. So you can see we have a big white space here, right? So that's what is indicating for us that this is a very late customer. They used to order about, like we saw earlier, about every 3 weeks, but really nothing over the last several months. So that's a concern, right? Another thing that this chart I think is useful for is we can see, is there any seasonality in the customer ordering patterns? So what we can kind of see is 2 years ago, the same time frame 2 years ago, they were ordering all the time, basically every single week. Looks like they're seasonal in the summertime, and we could see kind of similar last summer is their ordering definitely slowed down, but they're still more seasonal in the summer. And then, oh, we have nothing from them right now. So that's a concern. And then kind of the final thing, just adding some more information, if we're going to call up this customer and talk to them, see what's going on, which we definitely should do in this case. This might help because we're now showing the last 3 orders for this customer. So maybe we could say, just some more information about the customer. So when we open up a conversation with them, we could say, looks like you buy a mixture of kegs and cans from us. Last time you bought a good variety of some dark beers, fruit beers, and then different IPAs, lager and a pale. Do you want to just duplicate that order? Did it go well for you? Do you want to switch some beers up? So we could just go and have some more insights as we're looking to talk to them. I'm just going to highlight one more just so you can kind of see some other information on here. Let's pick the largest customer. So I won't go through too much detail on here, but we can see these guys basically order every single week, and they're not necessarily a concern at this point. They ordered last week, so we would expect them to order any day. Let's just say one of these customers usually placed very large and maybe specific orders. And this isn't necessarily that case. These guys usually are just getting a keg or 2 every week. But if you did, you'd be able to see for your customers that are coming up and start to see what they normally order. So maybe this guy always orders a sour, for example, and you guys don't normally brew too many. This would be a good way for us to keep track of what they normally order. So then we'd make sure we have it on hand when they are ready to order it again. Okay, so that was our dashboard. I hope that was a good way to keep track of all of your wholesale customers. Let's say you have 70 of them. And it's hard to keep in your head if you're smaller or even on a spreadsheet, how frequently each one orders and who really should get your attention. If somebody orders every week and it's like clockwork, you probably don't need to follow up with them too much each week. But if they order weekly and you haven't seen an order from them in the last 6 weeks, let's say, that's probably where it's worth some effort to reach out to them, go visit, give them a phone call, understand what's going on so we can try to keep them a good customer with us. So I hope that was an interesting look at how Tableau and a dashboard can help you keep track of this information. If you have any questions on this or you'd like more info, and especially if you'd like to see some of your information going through a dashboard like this, please contact me. My email is jeremy@centralcoast-analytics.com. And again, that email was jeremy@centralcoast-analytics.com. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.